It's a packed weekend for the Golden Rams of Westchester, so Eric Wolf will rotate the netminders through. John Kelly gets the start this evening. He did not have to travel far for college, just down 322 from Downingtown to Westchester, and he won his first game as a Ram on opening weekend, stopping 26 of 28 while getting plenty of run support against IUP. His foe tonight, Benjamin Auerbach, who so far this young season has outpaced his career goals against average. In 4 games, the kinesiology major is 1-1, though he hopes to quickly erase the memory of the last shot he faced, George Clark's game winner, 71 seconds into overtime. The starters here at Iceline, Temple University brings out Giaza, Green, Trepps, Van Allen. Auerbach is the netminder, as we mentioned. And for the Golden Rams, Eric Wolf sends out Senningen, Samiti, Harry Lane, Jay Koracek, and their number 1 man, Joey Kubacka, to take the draw at center ice. And the Owls win the draw with 20 minutes on the board at the home opener at Iceline here on Westchester Golden Rams Hockey on YouTube. I'm Michael Augsberger. It's great that you could join us here on your Friday evening. Westchester comes in 2-1-1. And they win the draw here on the near side circle. They're skating from right to left in the away black jerseys. Kubacka takes a one-timer from the far circle. It goes wide of the net, and it finds itself in the far corner where Temple will skate out with the puck, or they'll try to, and eventually they flip it up high. You're able to do that here. Our last broadcast, they weren't able to, flipping it up high to clear it at Delaware's Gold Arena. Just early moments of the game. Westchester at their own blue line. Samiti sends it in. It wraps around from the far side to the near, but nobody touched it. And we'll have an icing call. The faceoff will come down toward the right side of the rink here. Temple in the home whites, even though they're on the road. Westchester, of course, with the 3-game series this weekend. They open up with Temple, and then they'll go to SUNY Cortland for Saturday and Sunday's action. Face-off won by the Rams, and they get it out to the far side. We're skating up ice is Senningen. He dumps it in from right to left, picked up by the Owls. They'll skate out with it. Here's Bowles. Bowles loses control of it inside his own zone. The Owls aren't able to clear it, and then finally they do. Coming up with the puck is Hollingshead. He's not able to get it past center ice, where Fowler stops it there. Sends it back into the Golden Rams zone, and eventually back out to center. Here's Ondick, their main scorer for Temple. He gets it off to his defenseman, and they'll dump it in. Westchester gets to it first. Hollingshead sends it up ice. It goes under the stick, intended for Westchester's Klein, and all the way down for another icing call. The second one in the first 2 minutes that Temple will have a face-off inside the Westchester zone because of icing. Near side circle draw in front of Kelly to his left. Won by the Golden Rams, and Hollingshead with it. His line stays out there because they iced the puck. He backhands it out to center, where it's picked up and then tapped from behind. Klein eventually coughing up the puck. The Owls behind the goal. The pass intercepted and then skated back out to center. Westchester jumps on it. Here's Crowley. He passes it up ice, but it's met at the blue line there, and Elmer taps it into the Westchester zone. Off the stick of Kelly, who gets his first touch. Wrapped around to Kirilov on the far side, who's in the game probably because of a little bit of injuries. He started last weekend for the first time, and now he's back in. Brandon Curtis reclaimed his spot, and he's got the puck now in the near side corner. He skates behind Kelly, and then outlet pass on the near side. Here's Tom Cole. He backhands it, flips it up to center ice, where Klein sends it into the zone off Kirilov. Centering pass in front, and Temple's able to touch it back behind the goal. The right-hander sends it up to center, where it's intercepted by Westchester. And then a tap pass there from Petrushon. Here's Tyler Wingett, the Spring City native. Stops, he passes to the point. Shot from the left-hander. Brandon Curtis goes wide to the right. Centering pass out in front, and Temple gets to it first. Skating up ice now, here's Green. He sends it in far corner. It bounces out to Kelly, who taps it back to the corner. And then Yaller picks it up and is able to get it out of the zone. But Temple stops him at the blue line. The pass ahead for Green goes over his stick, intercepted by Samiti, who dumps it in, and then he gives chase behind the goal. Temple, they wrap it around, but not out of the zone. Cole intercepts. Into the corner it goes. Centering pass in front. The puck's loose for a moment. On the doorstep was Hargaden, but he was knocked aside by Auerbach into the corner. Calling for the puck, and now at center, the shot. Save made by Auerbach on the pad, and then it comes out to center. Skating in his own slot here is Samiti, who's harassed hard by one of the Owls. He gets the pass out, and then Samiti gets it back behind his own net. He skates up ice, taking his time. Now in the near side corner, he skates. Skip pass to the far side. Harry Lane sends it up for Cole, who takes a shot from the center zone. It's stopped by Auerbach. Rebound was out for a second, but Towel gets to it. Here's Tretz. He passes out far side. Back to Treffs. Followed by Hollingshead. Coughs up the puck, and then Treffs in the slot. He shoots and he hits the post. And it goes wide over to the far side. Kept in the zone by Bowles. And then they'll just tap it in and make the change. Westchester hops on the loose puck. Hollingshead to the near side. Long pass ahead. It's tapped into the zone by Senningen. He skates into the corner. Passes back out to the point, but it's intercepted. And then they fight for it on the half boards. Skating out to center. Here's Temple. Russell with it on the right side. He is content to just put a weak wrister in on Kelly. Skates in on him. And the Rams take offense to that. But I don't think anything's going to come of this little scrum in front of Kelly as he covers up the puck to draw a face-off to his left. 15-17 to play here at Iceline, and Westchester's home opener here at Iceline. Temple and Westchester are still scoreless, although the Rams have 5 shots on goal to Temple's 1, and we just saw the last one come in. Wolf is the head coach who replaced Bill Swall in 2017, and he went 5-21 in his first season. He makes his change here. He's gotten off to a winning start in this, his second year. Also the director of coaching at Iceline. And he's inherited a tough task, the Golden Rams, and he's trying to turn around the last couple of years where they haven't had a winning season in about 7 full years. Face-off won by the Owls, and they have it. Far side circle. The pass comes through the slot. It's deflected wide of the goal. Doesn't trouble Kelly much. Gaza now passes out to the point for Treffs. Treffs finds his man on the right side. And it's wide of the net. Westchester's Kelly watches it go past. Now Giazza here on the near side corner. He passes to the point for Treffs. Back to Giazza, one touch. And now Treffs again at the blue line. Leo Flick there after him. And now far side corner. Temple skating with the puck. Giazza shoots! Glove save! And then out back to the far side. Temple unable to keep it in the zone. And as they tap it back across the blue line, they're called for offside. There is a penalty here. Temple's been on the power play the last 55 seconds because Hollingshead is in the box. He's the one who took the most offense and roughing or unsportsmanlike the penalty call there. Face off at center. Green wins the draw, but it gets back to Westchester. And the left-hander sends it up out of the zone. Pierce there stops it at his blue line. Far side, Temple dumps it in. Calling for the puck here is Lane. And he sends it the length of the ice, where Auerbach stops it behind his net. Picking it up is Treffs behind his net. Outlet pass over to Green. Green makes a move at the blue line, but it's poked away from him by Samiti. Temple's going to have to touch up. They do so as they dump it in. Westchester sends it down to center, but Treffs there to soccer it over to Pierce. Tom Cole follows him, and now with some space, it's Pierce who backhands it into the zone in front of Kelly. Lane gets to it first, and he will airmail it all the way down. Auerbach now stops it with 10 seconds left on the power play. Temple skating up ice, chance for one more rush, but they lose control at center, and it's sent right back in to Auerbach by Yaller. 13 minutes to play in the first period. Still no score between Westchester and Temple as Hollingshead's penalty has expired. We're back to 5-on-5. Joey Kubacka strips the Owl of the puck at center, and they send it into their own zone before breaking out with it. And then Kubacka is just offside as he was in alone on goal after the pass from Hargaden, but he had entered the zone prematurely. Matt Spiess is the coach of Temple. He's a Detroit area native who played at Union College and then captained the University of Michigan and led the team in points his senior year. Also was named an All-American, and he's in charge of this Owls team, who is coming off a good showing at the City 6 tournament in Philadelphia, going 2-1 and only losing in overtime to Villanova. As we mentioned, that was the last shot that Auerbach faced until facing 6 of them tonight for Westchester and turning them all aside in the first 7 minutes. Kubacka loses the draw inside Temple zone as the Owls will break out with it. Here's Van Allen, who loses it. And then with it here, near side, centering pass in front, was not able to get to Sennigan. Westchester keeps it in the zone momentarily, and here's the Temple captain skating up ice with it. Giazza gets it into the slot. It goes over the stick of Kelly into the far corner. Westchester do it first. Here's Hollingshead, who took the penalty moments ago. Hollingshead skates up ice with it by himself, fires in the left-handed shot. It's knocked away off the chest of Auerbach into the slot, picked up by Treffs. And now off to the far side, Green, unable to clear the zone. And eventually they get it here near side to Treffs again, who lifts it out of the zone all the way down. Westchester could have played it so no icing. Yawler follows it into the corner, and he stops behind Kelly. 12 minutes to play in the first. Westchester 0, Temple 0. Kubacka with speed across the left side, into the zone, he centers it, shot, score! Leo Flick looks to be the one who tapped it in. And it was all set up by Kubacka. 1-0 Westchester. Kubacka took it at his own blue line, skated across the neutral zone, skated in on Auerbach, and backhanded it into the slot where Leo Flick was there waiting to dump it in. And so, the team leader in points gets another assist. Kubacka's third assist of the season and his 8th point. The Rams off to an early lead and a good start that Eric Wolf will be pleased about. Up ice, off the stick at center of Klein, but only into the glove of Auerbach as he was bearing in on goal just behind the puck with 11:28 to play in the first period. Both teams, we're talking about the leading scorers of the teams, both of them lost their second leading scorer from last year, and we'll get to that in a second. Westchester wins the draw inside the Temple zone, but the Owls have it near side half boards. They're unable to clear it momentarily. It's off the glove of the Rams at the blue line. It comes out. We've got a penalty coming up delayed, and it looks like it'll be against Westchester. And 2 players here fighting. It's Kazar against the Golden Ram, and now 2 or 3 more Golden Rams are into the scrum against 2 more Owls. There had been a delayed penalty before this, and now I'm sure we're going to have even more coming up. It's Fowler in there for Temple. The Golden Ram who was most occupied in that was Tyler Wingett. And also Drew Kirilloff is being escorted by the referee, and he'll head to the box as well. We'll see how things are all sorted out. There was a penalty prior to all that. And as we had mentioned, the teams had lost both of their second leading scorers from last year. For Westchester, it was Manny Bionis. And Joey Powell was the Owl last year who scored the second most points on the team. He had 40 behind the 50 that Brendan Ondick scored with 19 goals and 31 assists. The referee now talking things over with the captains, or at least the leading players on the ice right now. It's Giazza and Samedi, who are learning exactly what they've decided to do here. There are 2 players from Westchester in the box, and just one for Temple. So it looks like Temple will go on the power play. It will be 5-on-4. And the face-off is going to be dropped inside the Westchester zone because of the penalty. So, for Westchester, the one that is occupied on the board is Drew Kirilov for 2 minutes. I imagine that's roughing. And the face-off won by Westchester and cleared out of the zone. Down a man. Treffs skates behind his goaltender. Scored 10 points so far this season. That high-powered offense for Temple. Although, again, they haven't played the toughest competition. And West Virginia was able to hold them to much lower scoring in the games that they played each other in. 1:30 left to go in the power play for Temple as Treff skates around his own zone. Westchester's done a good job of making the time impotent for the Owls. Again, the Owls try to gain the zone, and it's lifted all the way down, where Auerbach is going to have to stop it behind his net. He drops it off for one of his defensemen, and the captain Treff skates up ice, across his blue line, gives it to his assistant, and the pass is intercepted again. Here's a shorthanded opportunity for Samedi. Left-handed shot wide of the net, and Westchester is able to get to the rebound first, but now skating the other way with its Fowler. He's checked from behind in a good defensive play from Westchester there, with just under 10 minutes to play now in the first period and 40 seconds left on the power play. Temple hasn't had a look on goal yet. Skating in, Ondick into the slot, and a great opportunity, but it goes under the stick of Green, who whiffs on it. And now the shot is deflected through the slot outside the zone. Westchester now with a 2-on-1, but they're offside, and that's really unforgivable. A 2-on-1 opportunity. However, Hargadon had entered the zone just moments ahead of the Golden Ram with the puck. So 9:32 to play. And the face-off in the neutral zone. Kubacka will take the draw, and he'll win it, as he's tended to do so far this season. That's flinged into the zone from his own blue line and snapped down by Auerbach for another face-off. But good work from Westchester's Crowley to kill more time on the power play. Face-off, far side circle, inside Temple zone, won by the Owls, and they lift it out of the zone. On the backhand, it goes past Westchester. They're looking for icing, and they're going to get it. You could make the case that Crowley may have been able to play that, but it was a tough play for him because it would have been a high stick. So icing is called before it even makes it to the red line. And with 8 seconds left on this power play, Westchester's done an excellent job of killing it. Kubacka wins the draw again. He gets it to Sennigan, the AYHL product, who also played in the NAHL. And then the shot comes over the bar, deflected off the glove of Auerbach. Centering pass in front. Kubacka gets to the rebound first, but it's deflected again by Auerbach with a good save. The power play is over. But now Temple jumps on it into the neutral zone. Russell makes a move, but it wasn't enough to beat Crowley and get a good opportunity on goal. Here's Jake Horacek. Passes across the ice for Kubacka. Goes off his left-handed stick and into the far corner. Here's Horacek again in the near side corner. He's got two Temple players on him, but one of the referee's arms is up, and we've got an interference call coming up. 8:32 on the board here at Iceline. And the renovations do look beautiful. We've got a restaurant here to the right side from which many fans are watching the game, as well as a pretty full inside of the arena here at Iceline. 2 minutes on the board. On the penalty, the interference call to Russell, and so Westchester goes on the power play for the first time this evening. Temple wins the draw, and they clear it out to the neutral zone, where Lane passes it up ahead to Hargadon, and then gaining the zone is Klein. He stops and passes, and now back to Klein, who skates Out to the point now, near side corner. Skating into it is Hargadon. Then he gives it up to behind the goal for Flick. Backhands it onto the far side, but it goes over the stick of McKeever, who's taken down as he races into his own zone to recover. And now Westchester again regroups. They'll gain the zone. Hargadon passes it up ahead into the slot. It goes past Leo Flick, the goal scorer for Westchester. Back into the far corner now with 1:10 on the power play. Out to the point for Lane. Half boards. A cross ice pass over to Hargadon. Now back to the point for Lane, who shoots. It's deflected and stopped in the slot by Temple. They send it the length of the ice. And we'll get a change for both teams. The Rams behind Kelly will skate up ice. Here's Jake Horacek, left-hander, to the far side corner. He skates 5-on-4 for Westchester. Near side here, Kubacka passes it to Samiti, who skates along the blue line, then passes to the far side, back to Samiti now. And over to the far half boards. Centering pass intended for Kubacka goes off the skate of a Temple Owl. And then back to Kubacka here, who skates into the circle. He shoots. It's deflected in front. Rebound is loose for a second. And then back out to the point where Samiti passes to the far side. 14 left on the power play. Rams behind the goal. Centering the shot over the bar. And then back out to the point. And out to the neutral zone. Temple's killed the power play, but it took some doing. Westchester's got 11 shots against Temple's 2. Kubacka was looking for the pass from the corner, unable to get it, and then all alone in the neutral zone. It's Green, but he's tackled from behind. A good defensive play there. Lifting the stick from behind was Sennigan to stop a scoring opportunity. And Kelly breathes a sigh of relief. Here's Samiti now. Along the left side, he skates into the neutral zone and then dumps the puck in behind the goal. Picking it up is Smedley. And now Westchester with it. The shot from Hargadon never makes it to Auerbach. And then Temple clears the zone. They gain the red line and dump it in. Temple makes a change. Westchester stays out there, near side corner. Here's Hollingshead, chased by Green. He's able to get it to the far side, but only as far as Hacker, who tries to dump it in, but Westchester stops it there, and they're able to send it back in where Bowles places it behind Auerbach, and a nifty move on the near side to get it out of the zone from Hucker. Hucker tries to get it out, and he's able to dump it in. They were offside for a moment, and a nice move off the goal from behind the goal. Westchester is able to get it around Elmer. And then Flick gets taken down. Referee thought about blowing it, but eventually he lets play go. Here's Russell now. And Elmer in the slot. He shoots. Save made on the shoulder. And John Kelly keeps it 1-0 as the rebound goes into the netting behind the goal. 5 minutes exactly to play here in this first period. And Westchester has the 1-goal lead thanks to Leo Flick and Kubacka's assist. Bryskowski will take the draw for Temple against Wingett. Bryskowski wins the draw. Ferguson sends it in from the blue line, but it's blocked in the slot. And then Westchester clears the zone, where Ferguson stops it at the blue line. Temple tries to get it out of the zone, and they do so, but only as far as the blue line, where Brendan Curtis, who missed last week's games, eventually stops it. And then Elmer hops on the puck. On the near side circle, he shoots, and it goes over the bar and then deflected out of play for a moment. And so we'll get another face-off inside the Westchester zone. Wolf noted that a few guys tonight were trying out how the niggling injuries felt during the pregame warm-ups, and he may have had to juggle the lineup a little bit because we do see the addition of Drew Kirilloff. Face-off won by Westchester into the zone. Centering pass in front. Kelly watches it. None of the Owls could get to it before Westchester, and then back out into the slot. But no shots able to be taken by Westchester. There's Ian Erie. Wraps it around near side to far. The Rams lift it out. Temple's offside as Westchester gets it back in their own zone. Near side on the blue line is Petrachon, who's content to leave it in behind the goal with 4 minutes to play. Temple stops it there. And then skating behind is Flick. Flick stops on the far side. Petrosian. And then he sends it back behind the Temple goal, where it wraps all the way back out and into the neutral zone, where trying to play it high off the glass was Harry Lane, but he lifted it too high, and it goes into the mesh. Another stoppage here with 3:42 on the clock here at Iceline. Neutral zone face-off just in front of us, in front of the Westchester blue line. Face-off, won by the Rams. They get it back to Harry Lane, who goes D to D. Samedi. And then back into the zone here is Kubacka, who centers it nicely. Horacek shoots, and he wasn't able to get it off. Temple did a good job of bearing down on him and putting pressure on him after a great setup by Kubacka. And Horacek was alone momentarily, but he did have to dig the puck out of his stick for a moment, and that gave Temple just enough time. Westchester behind their own net with 3 minutes to play in the first period. They're up 1-0. Centering pass out into the neutral zone all the way through is intercepted. It was meant for Horacek. Temple dumps it in. Near side, couple players fight for it. Westchester sails it out. It goes back off the stick of Hucker. And then into the far side corner. He skates with it. His pass is off the boards, and Fowler is there to the far side. Into the corner. Here's Horacek, who skates around. Makes a move on one man. Tries to get to the net. Goes behind the net. Auerbach shuts the wraparound opportunity across. And then from the blue line, the shot from Crowley is redirected into the far corner. And then back out for Crowley, but it was an errant pass. And he has to come all the way back into his own zone to play it. Here's Hollingshead now across the red line. He shoots it in on Auerbach, who sticks it into the near corner. Temple jumps on it first, and they wrap it around. Near side to far. We're taken down from behind legally, and now here, a good move, a couple of moves in there from Flick, but he's finally stripped of the puck before he gets a shot off. And now a pass intercepted by McKeever, who skates into the near corner. And then back out to Hollingshead, who one-times it. It's deflected by Van Allen. And then a second opportunity is blocked in the slot. And now here's Van Allen. Centers it. But a good job from Hollingshead to read the pass. And it was intended there for Green, who was skating in on goal. Westchester sends it in on Auerbach, who directs it into the near corner with 1:20 to play in the first period. Westchester 1, Temple 0. Westchester at the red line will dump it in, and then Temple tries to clear it. The Temple captain is able to get it past Brendan Curtis, but Westchester then gets to it again. Inside their own zone, here's Colby Yaller across the blue line, but he had a delay for a moment, and that sent one of the Golden Rams offside. It was O'Brien. So with under a minute now on the board at Iceline, Westchester leads 1-0, and the faceoff will come inside the neutral zone just before the Temple bench. And the referee is talking things over with the Westchester bench for a moment before they shut the bench for the faceoff. All looks good, and so they drop the puck, won by Westchester in the referee's crease. And now Temple with a 3-on-2 if they hurry, but they're able to slow them down enough. Fowler with a great pass in front, but unable to accept it cleanly was one of the Owls. It was Kazar, and then skating the other way with it, Westchester with 37 on the clock. Far side corner. That was probably Temple's best opportunity. Kelly was there to make a save. It was directed off the stick of Kazar for a moment. Westchester sends it into the Temple zone. 20 seconds to play now. And their breakout opportunity is good, but Samedi stops it in its tracks. And now Westchester the other way. Quickly, they have a chance, but they're stopped for a moment. Samedi passes it to the far side, centering, blocked in front. And then Samedi in the corner. He passes in front. It makes its way to Hargaden. He's not able to get a shot off, and it's deflected into the far corner. And then the horn sounds for the end of the first period. Westchester leads 1-0 thanks to Leo Flick's goal. Kubacka set him up on the left side, and we'll head into the first intermission in just a moment.
I know things are a little screwed up uniform-wise. That's what we